In this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to make a six-pointed star, a Star of David, a Jewish star, by hand. So you can do this with a ruler, you can do it with an angle, or you can draw it freehand with graph paper. I'm doing this with graph paper because it's a lot easier to show this on the video. What I did with the graph paper is you want to divide your drawing or your paper into quarters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You have 16 even squares. You want this to be even. Now, this is going to make a 6-point star. But a 6-point star, we all failed geometry. I just learned this last week. A 6-pointed star, a Jewish star, a Star of David, is an equilateral triangle. And an equilateral triangle means all 3 sides are even. Each side of the triangle is even. And I'll explain that to you in a minute when I get out my 45-degree triangle and you'll see what I'm talking about. So a Star of David is 2 equilateral triangles, 2 even triangles. We've got this 16-box pattern. We're going to go and use the top, the bottom, the 3rd row, and the 2nd row. And let me show you what I'm talking about. We've got the top over here, the top center. I want to make sure this is showing on the video. We got the top center, and we're going to go to the 3rd row on the outer part. So this is going to make a 6-point star, but this is definitely not 30 degrees. I mean 60 degrees. And you're going to see, when you look at a 60-degree triangle, there's a big difference. We go over here, we go to the 3rd thing. So you can see everything's just divided. It's all divided into to the box, to the quarters. Let's do this over here. Hopefully this video helps you. If it does, you know what to do. Okay, so we've got the first part of the triangle. We've gone in the 1st row in the peak and the 3rd row. Now, I think you can see exactly what's going to happen. We're going to the 3rd row from the bottom. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to the center bottom point and connect that. And we're going to turn this upside down. Sorry, I'm making you all dizzy. We're going to go to that bottom point again and go to the... I'm off just a fraction there. This is how it was originally. We can see the first triangle. And now I'm going to connect the bottom triangle. And this is a 6-point star, but it's not really an even star. It's not an equilateral triangle. How do we know that? I'm going to show you how we know this, because a 60-degree, this is a 60-degree angle from here to here. And let's go over to the bottom. We don't have that 60 degrees. So we're definitely not making a 60-degree angle over here. Now, this is really good if you're going to be embroidering, if you're going to be sewing. You want it even, you want it equal. If you are not equal like this and you're doing 60 degrees, you're probably going to have a little bit of a problem doing your sewing. But this is how you make a 6-pointed star, strictly with a 4-point. And you could do the same thing. Let's see, do I have a marker? You could go in there and you could draw these boxes over here and say, okay, I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to go down over here to that line, and I'm going to go over here a couple over and do this thing. And you can just hand draw this thing. But it's really not an official triangle, if there is such thing as an official equilateral 60-degree triangle, upside down and right side up. So let's go do the correct way. We are going to be doing a 6-pointed star, a Star of David, a Jewish star. I'm going to show you how to do it geometrically, how to construct it the right way. And it just depends on the dimensions that you want over here. I've marked off some dimensions that I'm going to use, so over here, it's up to you what you want to do. But over here, I marked off 3 inches from this point to this point, and over here I marked off 2 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dividing line over there. I'm going to try to use the marker. It's going to be a little bit easier to see than the pencil that I've been using. So I'm going to make a line over here. That's 3 inches, 2 inches. And then you're going to want to go in the middle of your paper, and I should be using a pencil for this, but I'm not going to. Maybe I will. Let's go make a line. It'd be nice if I had a pencil, then I could erase all this stuff, but you're going to be able to see what I'm doing here. That's the important part. So, I got 3 inches. I want to make sure I've got enough room over here on my page. I've got, we're down over there. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into the middle of the page. Hopefully my compass does not slip. We're going to make a circle. I know it's hard to see. That is a circle. That's based on the 3 inches over there. I went to the center. I made my circle. Now what we're going to do at the top of this circle, let's go put a little dot over there so you can see what I'm doing. At the top of the circle, we're not going to change the compass settings at all. We're going to go over there, and we are going to make a line. You're going to see what I'm doing in a minute. So we've got our cross line over there. Now we are going to go to the bottom of the circle. Where is that? I think it's over here. And we're going to make another line. Okay, so we've got those. Now what I want to do over here is we have the 2 inch. Now you don't need to do this for the 6-point star, but I want to show you how to do the Jewish star with the 2 lines. So I am going to go in and get my dimensions over here. Oh, the compass is slipping a little bit. I've got, okay, so we're close enough. It's got to be really accurate if you're doing this for woodworking or whatever you're doing. So you can see I've got my intersection here, intersection there, intersection there. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go right to the center. It's probably going to be off a little because my compass is slipping. I'm going to go make another circle. Looks like it held. It doesn't look like it slipped that much. Next step, I'm going to make sure I highlight the intersections over here, and over here. Highlight, highlight. I could make that a little darker. Center point, highlight, 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 highlight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a triangle that I just dropped on the floor. And we are going to connect this point to this point, and this point to this point, because we want to get our markings on the center circle, the middle circle. So we're going to connect over here the outer point and the outer point, and line that up. And we're going to do a circle over here, a line over here. And we're going to go on the other side and do the exact same thing. I do a line over here and a line over here on the inner circle. Now that we've got everything taken care of over there, we are going to do kind of what we did in the graph paper drawing that was hand drawn. We're going to, this is almost like a 16 box pattern over here. We're going to go on the outer circle, and the difference is between the hand drawn and this is that we are using 60-degree angles, and 60-degree angles is what makes an equilateral triangle, 3 even lines. We're on the outer circle now. My line is just a little bit off over there. It's a lot off over there. But we've used the outer part. Sorry, I know if I could erase these circle pieces, it would be easier for you to understand. But did I do this right? Yes. So we're going to go to the outer part over here. And we're going to go to we're just going to the 6 points. We're connecting the 6 points. Let me go to this dot over here. And in a second, you're going to say, wow, that is really a geometrically made. Yeah, my dots are way off over here. That is a Jewish star. We're not done yet. We are not done. No. Because we have the inner circle. We're going to do the same thing. The exact same thing that we just did. And if I had an eraser, and if I was doing this in pencil, you would say, wow, that is really cool. And that is a perfectly drawn Jewish star, 6-point triangle, 6-point star, Star of David. This is the Jewish star without all the circles. I erased most of it. Now, if you want to make this three-dimensional, you go in there and you erase some of these lines over here. I'm going to go with a big, thick marker. I can't really erase everything because this is a marker, but I'm going to try to do it the best I can. I don't have any whiteout, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I'll show you what it looks like when you start erasing. You erase lines vertically and horizontally as you were going around the circle, and it's all based on the hexagon, which is going to be the next drawing that I'm going to be doing. This is the hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a hexagon. So let me see if I can do this. Here we go. My mistake that I did not use pencil. So you're going to erase over here so that this line goes all the way through. You're going to erase over here so this line goes all the way through. You're going to erase over here so this line goes through. You're going to erase in here so this line goes through. You're going to erase over here so this line goes through. And you're going to erase in here so this line goes through. So you've got 6 places that you have to erase. It's a little smudgy, but that is a geometrically correct Star of David, Jewish star, 6-pointed star. And now we are going to do a video on the hexagon. And I want to show you, before I go to that video, that you are looking at the hexagon. Let's get out the dental pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a hexagon. And if you can make a hexagon, then you can make the 6-pointed Jewish star. And that is the next video. That I meant to show you, remember I said it is an equilateral, and the only way you can get an equilateral is 3 equal lines, and they have to be 60 degrees. This is the 60-degree triangle, and look at this. 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, you get the point, 60. So this is a 60-degree triangle. Where is the drawing that I just did? Now, if you remember the drawing that I did at the beginning where I broke it out into 4 little boxes, I can't even find it. I have no idea where it fell on the floor. I don't know where it went. You can see that this is definitely a 60-degree box compared to that other one, which was broken up in quarters. Again, I just spent the last 20 minutes looking for it. I have no idea where it is. Now, so we've seen the 60-degree. You're going to say, well, why can't you do it in a 45-degree? This is a 45-degree triangle. And the problem with 45 degrees, you're going to see it here in a minute. This is a 45-degree triangle. Equilateral means equal sides, all 3, I guess it means equal, all 3 sides are equal. Now, when you look at 45 degree, this is not, well, it's a little bigger than 6 inches, but let's just say length 6 inches plus, maybe 6.5, 6 inches plus 6.5. Let's go over to the bottom part. 45-degree triangle, the third leg is much bigger. So that's why this looks ridiculous. You cannot make, well, you can, but you should not make a 6-point star, a Jewish star, Star of David with a 45-degree angle. It does not look right. It doesn't come out right. You should do it with the 60-degree. And now we're going to do the hexagon. So in the video we've covered 30-degree, how to make a 30-degree angle, a 60-degree angle, how to draw the 6-point star in a 16 pattern box, 4 across, 4 down, how to draw the Star of David with the compass, doing the 60-degree angles, and now we're going to do the, what the heck is this thing called? Hexagon. And then I can go stop the video and post this tomorrow. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Let's do 3 inches. Yeah. Ladies are saying, yeah, 3 inches, that's good. So we'll mark it off 3 inches. 0 to 3. I went a little past 3, but that's okay. So we're going to go approximately 3 inches. I'm going to get the compass out over here, and then I'm going to measure from point to point. Let's hope that this does not slip. I know this compass pencil is not bright at all. Did I just lose it? Did it slip? Did it slip? Okay, so we've got our 3-inch point. Now, what you need to do is you need to make 5 marks on the circle. So we've got our circle. Pick any place that you want. I'm going to start over here on the bottom. Now what I could probably do is I could probably go over here because it would be equal. We'll do that. We'll mark that over here. But we'll go over to the next one and mark it to 3. I'm trying to get my eyes really close to this so I can get this pin in here. 4. I think that's okay. Now I guess that one that I did before was not. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay, so you can't do what I did the first time. Don't do that. So we got 5. Let's see if I did this right. Got 1, 2, 3. What's going on here? Is this right? I don't know if this is right or not. Did I mess up? Did I mess up? Huh. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'll find out. So what we're going to do, okay, we're going to go from here and connect the dots the best that I can. And we'll see if I did this right. That doesn't look right. That looks kind of funny. Is that right? Maybe I messed up? We are going to do the, what is this, the hexagon? The hexagon. Let's do it 3 inches. Lighting in here is really bad, so it's hard to see this. 3 inches. Let's get the compass, wherever I put it. We're going to measure from point to point. Got the compass. We are going to make a circle. Okay, we got our circle over there. And I should have made a line across before I did the circle, but that's the center line. Close enough. So now we are going to take the compass that we just used, and we're at the center point over there. Put it right on the right side, and we're going to intersect that thing. So we're going to go over here, top and bottom, and then we are going to go over on the other side, top and bottom. Then we are going to get our marker, and we're going to get this. And go point to point. Use the fat marker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm off just a fraction. 5, 6. That's our hexagon over there. Right over there. And if you wanted to make your Jewish star this way, you can see the inside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could draw your Jewish star adding on to the hexagon. You could just go out and add your, I don't have enough room on the paper to be able to put on my angles, but again, you would use your 30-degree line. So this is a lot harder. It's much harder, but I want you to look at this. Notice how we've got the 60-degree lines over here. Remember I showed equilateral? Line this up over here. Except for my bad drawing, we've got our 60-degree lines over there, and we've got our 60-degree lines over here. And that is how you do all this math for your Jewish star, Star of David, six-pointed star. And the last thing I want to show you is, let's get the ruler over here. Okay. Except for my messing up with the drawing and the dots, about 5 inches over there. Okay, ladies, 5 inches over there. 5 inches, 5 inches. So it's equal. It's a lot more equal than doing a nightmare like this or the other drawing that I did at the beginning that I honestly have no idea where I misplaced it. There's no place that it could have gone. That showed you the hand drawing with the 16 box thing that I did at the start. So this is more geometry in a night than I learned in my whole life in school and college. And if you are going to be making any type of Jewish star, I would say if you want it to be accurate, you definitely want the 60-degree angle. And you want to be able to line this up. The thing is, if you're doing the angle, how do you space this to this to this to this? You know how you space it? You get the compass, you crank it out in a couple seconds, you get everything perfectly lined up. And then, one last thing, if you're going to be doing the Jewish star, now a lot of people are going to say, if I'm making this with wood, how do I butt this up? Do I butt it up like this? No, because this is a 90-degree angle. 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock on the clock, 90-degree angle. That is a 90-degree angle, and you can't use 90-degree angles when you're doing a Jewish star. You have to do 60-degree angles. So, when you are doing, if you were doing a 90-degree angle for your star, you would do, that would be your top board, and this would be your second board, but that's not what you want. So you're going to have to find a way to cut a 60-degree angle on your saw or whatever you're going to do. And what that's going to mean is miter cuts. You're going to have to go in over here, and that is your 60-degree. I know it's a really weird cut, but there's your board, 60 degrees, very odd cut. This is going to be your other board, 60 degrees all over. It is very difficult, but that is the way that you have to do it on all of these if you're going to make your wooden star and make it look good. It's not going to be easy to do the miter cuts on there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that's how you do it. It's a very odd cut. Remember, the last thing before I close, it's like a clock. We got your, they should have taught me this in school, but they didn't. Okay, so you've got 180 is half of a circle, top to bottom, 180. This is 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Okay, so you got your 90 degrees, a quarter of a circle, that is 90 degrees. 1 o'clock, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. And a lot of times we have the 45-degree angle. That's what a lot of people are doing, the 45-degree angle. That comes between, think about it, 30, 60, 90. What comes between 30 and 60? 45. There it is, your 45 degrees. And you can see why it makes a big difference with the Jewish star between the 45 and the 60. I hope this video helped somebody. I spent a massive amount of time doing it. I don't think anybody's going to watch it. Donations are accepted. PayPal link in the video description. Affiliate links in the video description. Thumbs up. We just had Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah. Somebody did a video about a Jewish star, and all the comments left in there were Merry Christmas. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So, I think this is going to help some people. Maybe 1 or 2 people will watch the video. It's a lot of talk, a lot of rambling, a lot of math, a lot of stuff most people don't need. But hopefully you enjoyed it.